They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. They feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.
What's up, everyone? Thank you again for tuning in to another great episode of Express Yourself with XPress. I am your humble host, XPress, reporting live from Network Studios as always, and definitely want to shout out to my proud sponsors, Shoe Pugs. If shoes are your drugs, hit up my boy Jimmy at Shoe Pugs. Also, King Vision. You already know what it is. And Self Love. Sorry, I've been, rocking it a little too much, so I'm going to need some more merch to put up here. But we going to get there, my brother. We going to get there. And you guys know how I started off with an expression of the week. My expression of this episode and the week is pride. Because this individual definitely is full of pride. But when it comes to being prideful of self, it's also knowing yourself. There's a difference between faking it until you're making it or actually being full of pride in yourself to get to the next level. And this person has been short of none of it. He's been overcoming it all. And I just want to say, man, it takes a lot because I was about to mask up too and show some pride.
You should have.
I know.
I was so sick.
I know. Because, man, we're gonna break it in. We're going to break down all that. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome in the most prideful person that I've met recently, Mr. Sin Alma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll clap for myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for having me, man.
No, thank you. Like, it's definitely, I will say this, it's a family thing.
Yeah.
1,000%. They embraced me, and I want them to know anyone that's down with y'all is down with me. Period. It's nothing but
Likewise.
genuine love and realness. Even though, in studios it can be a little, dysfunctional. Like we say, every family comes with dysfunction.
Facts.
But it's the people that push you past that to see obstacles that you can persevere over because the greater good that they see in you.
That's right. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Man, you're amazing. So let's start this off with where you're originally from, your family upbringing.
Yeah, man. From the San Fernando Valley. Was born in Panorama City, California. Grew up in Granada Hills. Went to school in Granada Hills all through elementary all the way to high school. Lived down in Santa Clarita for a bit, but, back in the Valley, that's always going to be home. That's where my family's at, where my friends are, where I grew up, where I played sports, where I went to church, where I fell in love, where I got my heart broken, all that, like that's...
we gonna talk about it all.
That's home to me, that's the place where no matter where I'm at in the world, like I know I can go back there and it's all love.
That's man. How do you follow up with that? Like, with more love. So let's talk about the loving family that you come from.
Yeah.
And the household and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Mom and dad, raised me. I have an older sister. Shout out Steph.
Shout out.
We grew up house full of love, house full of music for sure. Just growing up real close with like my uncles and my cousins and just having the extended family. I know like a lot of people don't really have that, so I've just been blessed to grow up with like cousins that are like brothers and sisters to me, and just to always have like someone I can call any time of the day and be like, hey, what are you doing? Let's go get something to eat. Let's hang out. Let's come over, watch a movie, just having that family dynamic growing up. But yeah, for sure, it's always been really close with my family growing up. We did everything together. We used to go to UCLA football games growing up, and that would be like a big family outing for
even
all
though it's
of
Trojans
us.
over here, but
Hey,
sorry.
sorry. Can't always be on the same page.
We
gotta disagree about some
same
things.
book, different page.
Exactly.
It's all good.
It's
all good.
But yeah, no, like just I remember that growing up, like being with my cousins almost every weekend at my uncle's house every weekend. Like we would all just meet there with no plans, no like, hey, what time? No, just everyone just showed up on a Sunday. We just watch football. Watch the Raiders lose every weekend.
Oh, so I guess you just gave away who your team is. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
Right now, I'm wearing the brown bag over my head. I'm a Saints fan, so we had to drop the S this year.
Yeah,
so we're back to the Aints for just for the rest of the season.
Yeah, just growing up with my family, man. I mean, that's I know that I can call on them for anything. Like no matter what, if I'm in trouble, the good things to tell them, hey, I just accomplished this, and they'll be proud of me. hey, I blew out a tire on the freeway. Come pick me up.
You got the real ones, man.
You know?
You definitely got the real ones. Cause,
Yeah.
man, I'm that one that people call upon, and I'm just like, man, if I could have a clone,
For
this
real.
would make this so much easier for me and all of you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Can't be everywhere at once, but
Definitely can't.
you can definitely try.
Sometimes
Sometimes we overextend ourselves, but
you give a hand, they take an arm.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So
Yeah.
let's talk about the musical influence and how it originated in the house and who's the person that sparked that in you.
Yeah, honestly, it comes from everywhere. Like, so we all have different tastes in music. Like in my
Absolutely.
family, my uncles were DJs growing up, like in the valley. So they played a lot of that freestyle '80s, like Debbie Deb, Lisa. They all had two names and shit.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking
Debbie
about.
Deb, Lisa.
Yeah.
So they.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Marketing was crazy back then.
For real. Just repeat your name again.
Yeah,
They won't forget.
You got that name, and then
Talk about clone, huh?
For real. But they played a lot of that Spanish rock, early house music. Like I know my uncle, he loves that early house music, so I had a lot of that influence. And then my mom, she grew up, OG Chola over there. She was playing her oldies music, her Brenton Wood.
Okay.
All
Got some season there.
Yeah, of course. And then you have my dad who he's from Mexico, but he grew up here for the most part. He came here when he was young, like 8 years old. So he, adjusted to the American lifestyle, and he listened to like Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, AC/DC, Van Halen. Like, so I have that influence. And then you got my sister in the house, and she's listening to what's popular at the time. So I'm getting like the 2000s R&B and hip hop, like Ja Rule, Ashanti, Brandy, like all that coming in. So it's really just coming from everywhere. And then my grandparents as well, like they always kept music on in the house. You got Motown stuff with them. My grandpa loved
My grandma
jazz
worked
music.
for Motown. Shout out to
Hey, shout out to grandma.
Yeah. It's a lot of musical roots that I dal and dib in and stuff like that. But definitely show respect to Tutu. Show respect to my Uncle Dave. They've worked with a lot of incredible artists. She's been an A&R for too many different individuals. Worked with Michael Jackson, Prince, all like any GOAT you can think of. My grandma's worked with, and not like saying it like that. I'm really big on. I don't want to take or ask for anything. I want to add to what you've already done for this family.
Yeah.
So that's my way of giving back, of just continuing that legacy as a way of saying thank you.
Definitely.
So, inspiration. You mentioned a lot of influential individuals. When it comes to your music, how do you feel that you inspire others?
Definitely with the message. Like, I want to motivate. One of my favorite rappers, I got him tattooed, two tattoos right here, Nipsey Hussle. Like, his music really got me through some tough times. I think if Victory Lap didn't drop when it did, I don't know where I'd be. Like, and that's some real shit. Like, I was in a dark place when it dropped, and that kind of got me out of that hole. Like, just knowing that there is more to this life than just what you're living in, So I hope that I can inspire others to feel the same way. Was it Tupac said, like, I may not change the world, but I'll definitely plant the seed, and the person that does, like, he planted that seed in me, and I hope to, extend that, grow a few more branches out of that tree.
Each one teach one. My grandfather, he's full of sayings, but one of his sayings is never change your tree because of a couple rotten apples. Stay true to your roots.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter of what's going on around you. Yes, every tree bears a couple of bad fruits.
Yeah.
But as long as you stay true to your roots, you'll still be in sync with your purpose.
For sure.
Getting back to the pride and the sense of everything, because I'm sure everybody's like waiting for me to ask the obvious question and stuff. How important and impactful and prideful was wrestling in the household? Because clearly it helps the moniker. It helps everything. You know? So let's talk about that because
Um,
before you go in there, like rest in peace, my grandfather.
Yeah.
If he was still alive today, my grandmother to this day will still be watching Raw, SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, I'm a kid from Compton, so we had illegal cable. We had the black box, and so like I had all the pay-per-views,
There we
everything,
go.
everything. So like,
Yeah.
so my form of it was just like nobody could tell me it was fake, especially when it
Right.
was WWF.
Right.
So yeah, talk about how impactful it was in your household.
Man, growing up, like, that was all I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I have the cartoons, whatever, but like other kids, I feel like in my generation, they grew up with like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. Nah, I was watching
What
Rey
ultimate? I was about to
Mysterio.
say what Ultimate Muscle because there was a cartoon
Yeah,
around it. So
yeah. Nah, I was watching Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio,
mm-hmm,
Stone Cold, The
mm-hmm,
Rock. Like, I was watching wrestling Mondays, Thursdays, um, and then some Sundays if I could.
mm-hmm. That
But
Sunday Night
yeah,
Heat.
yeah, Sunday
Yep.
Night Heat, whatever, the Saturday Velocity, like
Mm-hmm.
TNA started popping up. Like, I started watching
When they
other
started
stuff.
crossing over the wrestlers from like the whole TNA thing, I thought that
Yeah,
was tight because a lot of people was like, "Where did Taz come from? Where did Rhino come from?" Like,
exactly,
there's levels to this, and it's just like, oh my,
exactly.
like anime, wrestling,
Yeah,
movies, like very very versatile in a lot of different things and stuff like that. So again, I owe that to my grandfather.
yeah. Well,
So
for me, it was my sister. Like, my
there we
older
go.
sister, she was watching it, so it's like from honestly, my first memories are really of wrestling. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember, we had like a Stone Cold Steve Austin blanket. Like,
Yep.
we had, I dressed up like Steve Austin for Halloween. I'm sure there's a picture out there. I hope it doesn't come out.
we're gonna find it.
My big ass trying to squeeze in this little ass costume. You feel me? But
Yeah, we're gonna find that one.
we're gonna find that one somewhere.
Hmm.
But
Oh, I definitely can find it. You can ask my producer. He's still asking me to this day, like, how did you get these pictures? It's what I do.
There we go. Then we'll go ahead and put it up here somewhere. But now, like, just those are all my memories. Growing up, like, for my 4th birthday, my godfather, my Nino, he got me tickets to go see WWE show in Anaheim. We
Mm,
had to leave a little birthday celebration straight over there, and that's like one of my first memories. That like I'm conscious of. So it's been a part of my life my whole life. Once I got to like around maybe middle school age, like I kind of fell off of it because you get older, you start getting
times
into other
change.
things. That's when I started getting into music more. Kind of fell out with it, but then probably around 2016, because I used to go by a different name,
Mm-hmm.
um, with no mask, nothing, just
Mm-hmm.
just me. But around like 2016, I kind of felt like I needed a change. I either was gonna stop making music or I was gonna find a different way to do it. So luckily, I found a different way to do it. A lot of the vintage wrestling tees were kind of popping around that time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, these people, these celebrities, they don't
They don't know.
they don't know this
It's just
shit.
like how the celebrities are in the anime. Just
Yeah,
you don't know.
like
You're not about that life.
Kendall Jenner does not know the NWO. Like,
She does not.
there's
She
no
does not know
way.
about the wolf pack. She don't know about it's
She don't know
levels
Too
to
Sweet.
this.
Yeah, she
It's
doesn't.
levels to
It's levels to
this.
this shit, and she does not know that. But it's a sick ass shirt. It's a timeless design, so of course they're gonna wear it.
Mm-hmm.
So around that time, I'm like, nah, I grew up with this shit. Like, let me go find my vintage tees. I start diving into it, and then I find out at the time WWE Network was a thing.
Yep.
So I start watching the old stuff, and I'm like, well, I have access to the new stuff. Let me see what's popping now. Like, let's see who the
Mm-hmm.
stars are now. You see some familiar faces. You still see like the John Cena's, the Randy Ortons, the Brock Lesnar's.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see these newer guys. I'm like, oh shit, who's Seth Rollins? Like, who's oh shit, AJ Styles is in
AJ
the
Styles.
WWE now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell? I grew up watching AJ Styles. That was one of my favorite wrestlers
Mm-hmm.
outside of WWE. So I get sucked right back into that life, and now,
People fail
man,
to realize TNA Total Nonstop Action was basically the second coming of ECW.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was just more of an extreme wrestling. It was more flares. Like if you are let's go ahead and mention a tag team that was just extreme. If you are a Hardy Boys type,
yeah.
then you'll
You'll love
essentially
TNA.
love, TNA.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know,
And then it had that mix of like, all right, yeah, some of these guys used to be in WWE or WWF, and
yeah.
then you have
Christian went
these,
over there.
yeah,
Yeah.
then you have these new stars that are coming up like through the indie scene, and you're like, damn, let's put these two together. You see what these guys can do. You see that these guys still got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. So yeah, I used to love TNA, man.
Now, how are you able to pridefully and confidently incorporate that into your music and your
Um,
style?
yeah, man, it's pretty effortless because I live it, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
because I grew up watching it, because I grew up enjoying it and loving it so much. It just comes out. All
Mm-hmm.
my references, a lot of my references are wrestling references. I
Mm-hmm.
like to put some deep cuts in there for the fans that like really know.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, you know, you have your more mainstream ones. Like I'll drop some Ric Flair stuff in there. I'll
Yeah.
drop some, you know, Stone Cold, The Rock. But then sometimes I want to drop a goddamn Sabu line in there. You
Come
know?
on. Let's get to digging.
Let's get
Let's
to
get to
digging.
digging.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for that Psycho Sid one
that's
next.
Psycho Silver. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's pretty effortless. Like when you really live something and you really love something, like
Mm-hmm.
that's just what's gonna come out of you. You know, naturally as an artist, like that's just what comes out of us. If I was faking it, like people would be able to tell. You know, if I was just some guy who's like,
Sure.
oh, I think I'll just put on a mask, people will be able to tell right away. Like they'll see right through it. They'll ask you one question, and if you can't answer it, then shit. You know.
I do have a family member who has a notch of coolness over me.
Okay.
It's my 14-year-old niece. What was it like two years ago?
Yeah.
She dances for Divas of Compton.
Uh.
So 2 years ago,
So Bianca Belair.
WrestleMania. Yes, exactly. They
Yeah.
got to bring her out. She won the title. They got to dance and
Yep.
everything. And I'm just like, I'm just sitting home watching this, and she's there somewhere I've never been, but always wanted to. It's like,
Yeah.
you know nothing about this life, nothing. But it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
She has that notch of coolness over me just for that.
Yeah, no, my
Just for that.
one of my niece, she dressed up like Bianca Belair one year for her Halloween, and they posted her on Monday Night Raw. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell? That's crazy!" Like, we're just watching, like, "Oh shit,
Yep.
there she goes right there."
Yep.
So yeah, like, man,
It's a highlight that I definitely am very prideful of telling people about too. Because
yeah,
again, like this is what I came up on and stuff to the point to where like when SmackDown came out for a whole summer, I was doing this, and now I can just do it. So like, and which tells you who my favorite wrestler is.
right,
But those things are really important in a lot of like kids like creativity and just having a sense of pride of being themselves to the fullest.
facts.
So when it comes to your music, how do you feel like it represents you and a clear perspective on what you want it to express?
More than anything, I mean, aside from just being a fan of wrestling, like this is a luchador mask,
Yes.
and I'm Mexican American. You know, my father's from Mexico, my mom Mexican heritage. So more than anything, like this mask means more than just
Mm-hmm.
wrestling to me. It's pride in,
Pride.
you know, who I am and who my family is. This is not just some mask I picked up from Alvera Street or online. Like this is my mask.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't find this, and no one else has this mask. At least not yet. You know,
I mean, if they do with the
we're
stitching
working.
on the back, we know where it came
Yeah,
from.
yeah. We're working on that. But more than anything, like I like to put that into my music as well, like just who I am, what my culture is. Like when you listen to me, you know, okay, this guy is definitely like Mexican American.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna hear that in the way that I talk, in the way that I make references. I don't know Spanish a whole lot. You know,
Oh, okay.
that comes from being a
Okay.
No Sabo kid, Mexican American,
It kind of gets
but what I
left
do
behind.
know, I try and add in there, so like you kind of differentiate myself from other artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I have to ask this as well.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler? How much of that individual do you actually mimic?
Yeah.
And how much would it mean to you to be able to tell that person what they mean to you?
My favorite wrestler of all time is Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Eddie
Rest in
Guerrero.
peace.
I think
He had me
it
lying,
goes
cheating, and stealing too.
facts.
He
I
had.
think it goes hand in hand though. Like I think it's very important to see ourselves in the media that we consume.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up as a young Mexican American kid, like you know, and I'm sure it is for black people too. Like you don't see yourself in a whole lot of media. You know,
Right.
it's very if you do, it's very specific.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
Rap or athletics or bad boys. What? Cops. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know, but the first piece of media that I saw like my people in was wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
and you see Eddie Guerrero, you see Rey Mysterio, you see Juventud Guerrera, like you see Psychosis,
You
all
got
these guys,
Chava, like
Chavo,
man.
you got all these guys, right? And like, what do you see out of them? They're flying high, they're jumping off the ropes, their their pride is
hmm
their everything.
What was his name? Kano from WCW.
Conan, yeah,
Conan.
yeah,
His pride is what made me really like get more into the Spanish culture when it came
yeah,
to wrestling and stuff, because it was just like some people come out there and do it for the check, but some people actually come out and do it for the culture.
yeah.
And that's what I saw at an early age with him.
Hmm.
So when it comes to you and your music, what do you want your culture to really understand about it, but also be prideful with as well?
That we can really do anything. Like we're not just put in a box of what people think we are. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like not for nothing. Like shout out to the people that are out here. They're maintenance workers.
Mm-hmm.
They're cleaning. You know, service industry people. But like, there's more than that. There's art. There's you can go make movies. You can go make music, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to just be regional Mexican music. It can be hip hop. You can go make pop music, country music, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can whatever you put your mind to, you can go and do that. You want to go play soccer, go play soccer. But you want to go play football, you want to go play basketball. Now, like the Heisman winner has a Hispanic last name.
Yes.
Well, you can do anything you want, bro. You just, obviously you need that support, but you just need to have that, like that mindset. Like, all right, let's go out and let's go get it. Like, I know it's hard for my people right now with all the ICE raids and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they, trying to send them to places that they didn't really grow up in,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope that like as a people we can overcome that and just be great and just show them like there's nothing that can stop us
We need more unity more than anything.
for sure.
And if there's one thing that I would like, because I get it, there's I guess categories to music,
Yeah,
but I would like for us, if we're all trying to make it just one, if we can just stop labeling it with the heritage first,
yeah,
and then the objective second.
absolutely.
So if you are a rapper, you're a rapper, not a Chicano
Chicano rapper,
rapper,
yeah.
or like, because and shout out to Mr. Shadow and everything. He's gonna be on socially acceptable. That's another topic for another time. We're supposed to have him on Monday, but we ain't talking about that right now. But and get well soon. Um, I love his sense of pride and everything, but also with that sense of pride, one can also see a sense of separation.
Yeah.
So, how do you stay prideful about you as an individual, but not separate it from other individuals?
Um, that's a good question. I think for me, it's really just like being open to collaboration
Yes,
and like wanting to not just keep it to myself. Like I'd be doing myself a disservice. We'd be doing the world a disservice if we just kept our talents to ourselves. Like, nah, like I want to work with everybody.
hmm
We got a whole valley full of talent right now. San
I
Fernando
agree.
Valley, like we got a lot of people right now.
hmm
It's definitely not just me. I'm just a piece of the puzzle. You
You're
know,
a star in the constellation.
exactly.
You still shine as an individual,
Yeah,
though. Just want you to know that.
yeah, definitely, definitely. But it's a lot of us out there right now, and it's like I think I think you get certain scenes of you get like Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Atlanta isn't as big as it is now if you don't have that collaboration amongst each other. You don't have that support amongst each other. And I think in the valley right now, it's a lot. It's bubbling. It's been bubbling for a while, but I think we're at that point where it's about to explode.
1,000%.
Yeah,
And I think it has been. It's just not everybody's taking the sense of pride within their purpose, so they're not really getting full fulfillment out of it.
yeah.
There is the hidden agendas and ulterior motives,
Mm-hmm.
and there should be no catches unless somebody's about to fall and hit the ground. Catch them before they do. That's
Exactly.
literally what I say. Like, the only catch to me is if you see me about to fall and hit the ground, catch me before my ass hits the ground, please. That's it. Um,
There you go.
when it comes to you know when it comes to your heritage,
Mm-hmm.
how how important is it that even though you still want to be seen and open to everybody,
Yeah.
that you still want to uplift your people through your music?
That's very important to me. I mean, I want to uplift everybody,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I want the same way I saw Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I want a kid who is listening to my music or watching my videos, whatever it may be, to be like, hey, he can do that. I can do it. And it doesn't have to be music. Like, that kid can be inspired to go, like I said, go play sports, to go be a lawyer, to go be a doctor. Like, just knowing that, hey, someone like me is living out their dream and living out their purpose, I can go do that too.
That's what this is all about, man.
Yeah.
Each one teach one. And alluding to that too, because I definitely want to put the knife and turn it a little bit
Yeah.
to get more out of that one. Um, when it comes to truly embracing who you are, your music, your pride and your artistry, what's a moment or a trial and tribulation that almost could have stopped this moment
Oh man,
that you persevered through?
there's plenty of moments. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, not
Mm-hmm.
just as Teen Alma, but for those who know, before Teen Alma,
Mm-hmm.
there's another little career there going. But I've been doing this for a long time, and to do this as long as you have and still be on the come up,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have people trying to take advantage of you. You're gonna have people who make promises to you that don't, they sometimes they just fall through, or sometimes they were just bullshit. Um, you're gonna have times where promoters for shows are promising you all these things. You get there and it's not what it was,
Mm-hmm.
or not what was promised to you. It really is just that thing of like you fall down and you get back up and you keep fucking fighting.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you want out of life. You go and get that shit. Like
Yep.
if this is what you truly want, if this is what you love. I've seen people come and go. Like people treat the music shit like it's a trend.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's just cool. I'm gonna go try that real quick, and then boom, doesn't work out how they expected it to. They thought it was like real quick. Hey, let's get in this. Let's go get some money. Let's get out. Nope.
Same thing with
You're
this.
gonna put more music. You're gonna put more money into this than you're gonna get out of it at the beginning.
Oh,
In
I know.
hopes that you get to that level to where, all right, now the money's coming in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a lot of that, but for me, it's just you just keep going, keep your head down, stay focused, and just remain like, keep your eye on the prize, basically.
Mm-hmm. Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. Yeah.
So before I get into your amazing blast from the past, what's your why?
My family. My family is my why. Like I don't get here, I don't get anywhere without them, you know? My friends obviously the people I consider family as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like like I said, I've been through some dark times.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I feel that
yeah,
as a person who, and I have a clip out there of what I persevered over thanks to my grandfather.
yeah,
But like I feel that, which is the reason why I'm asking more and indulging more into
yeah,
that. So like yeah, like let's take a moment to really say something that you really persevered over.
yeah. I guess it's really just the mental health. Um,
Yes.
I used to have really bad anxiety, really bad depression.
Mm-hmm.
Still deal with it from time to time. You feel me? But I'm able to manage it now because I've been through it. You know, because I figured out like, okay, man, like you just you're just going through it right now. It's just take the bad with the good and keep going. Stay focused. Mind over matter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like because I've been through those things, like those have also taken me away from music. There was a time where I couldn't create. My mind was so
Mm-hmm.
clouded with just a bunch of negativity that I couldn't even make a song. And that's something that I've been doing consistently since I was like 13. And then there was like 2 years where I just couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally you find your way through it, you figure it out. Definitely a big, supporter of anyone that wants to go to therapy and that is able to go to therapy.
1000%.
I believe that if you're really going through it and you need the help, you should go and get it.
I'm a big time advocate of that. Or just let a loved one know. If it really matters, then it'll matter to them. And
Yeah,
they'll make the time out to make sure that you are good. As a person who's went through, who suffered from, suicidal thoughts and just
yeah,
moments in time, again, it took for me to be as vulnerable but as open. Because if you're not open with yourself, you can't be open with others.
right.
And that was how my grandfather was able to see a lot of the stuff before the wrong decisions were made and stuff. So
Yeah,
I recommend any and everybody to, even if it's just closest friend or something, make sure you let someone know, because that conversation could start the prevention of something that you can't turn back from.
For sure. Yeah,
So,
it's just, and honestly, like, shout out to the people who were there for me, like, in my dark times. Like, sometimes it's just, all it takes is just reaching out, just being like, hey, how are you?
mm-hmm,
You know, you don't really have to go too deep into it. Some people might not want to talk about it, right away, and that's
mm-hmm.
fine. But just to know that you have that support system and you have, a group of people around you that care about you, like, that does more than a lot of, sometimes that does more than therapy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just to know that you have that support system there for you, ready for you,
Right, because even though we're in California, it's not always a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Okay, all
Definitely
right,
not.
all puns intended.
Yeah.
My brother, I do some digging as always.
Okay.
Okay, I got a really cool dope blast from the past from you. And there's some imagery
I'm
here
so
that I
scared right now.
definitely
What the
need
fuck?
you to. Everybody always gets scared. There's some imagery here that I definitely want you to, talk about what these moments meant to you and the importance of
Oh
them.
shit. Okay. Not that bad.
Yes. Yeah. We can
Yeah.
breathe. We can breathe. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I did this. This is so I have a little series I do on my IG and TikTok called
Mm-hmm.
Too Sweet 16s.
Yes.
Too sweet.
That's right.
Where I'll just go grab another artist beat and I'll fucking tear that shit up.
1,000%.
So yeah, this one was for, I believe it's Hey Now by Kendrick.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, I just threw my face on the GNX cover.
That was dope as hell. The bars is crazy.
Thank you,
Crazy,
bro. Thank
man.
you.
Like, I'm telling you, you were gifted.
Thank you.
You guys are
Thank
gifted.
you.
Stop questioning your gift. The longer you question it, it's harder for you to actually accept it
Exactly.
and embrace it. So stop questioning your gifts.
Stop.
But we got some stuff, like I said, I've been
So
doing
scared
some
right
digging.
now.
Bam.
That's
So,
my niece.
Yes.
That's my goddaughter. That's my baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this magical crumble moment that you guys had together.
Yeah, that's from, so I have another series on my Instagram and TikTok where I do food reviews called Big Back Activities.
Yep.
Shout out Miss Clover, she was on the episode as well
Mhm,
recently.
mhm.
But yeah, this one, my niece, she loves crumble cookie.
Mhm.
So anytime they have like a good flavor or whatever, she'll come up. I'm her godfather, so she calls me Nino. She's like, Nino, can we try crumble cookie this week? We'll go get it. My sister will go get it. I make her go get it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we set up the camera and we do, that's something that we bond over for sure. But yeah, that one was for her birthday. She's like, this is what I want for my birthday. I'm like, all right.
What's the secret to that? Because I'm trying to get my niece more on that instead of the freaking expensive ass shoes she be asking
she
for.
still wants the expensive shoes and all that.
Then I guess it's
but
just,
just day of, she's like, hey, can we do this as well? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, I thought that was dope, and
Shout out
because it's like
Mackenzie.
really bringing family into what you do, like
Yeah.
that's what it's really about.
Yeah, always.
The foundation of who you are, you're also building a strong foundation with.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they get to where they want to be, they forget about the people that helped them along the way.
Exactly. And you asked what's my why? Like, she's part of my why. You know? Yeah.
That's why I used it. That's why I used it.
There we go.
Let's see what this one
Let's
is.
see what this one is. Still scared.
Boom.
Oh, that's
So
me without the mask.
Yeah. Like I said,
It's
I did
all
some
good.
digging.
We
Did some
find those
digging.
things.
But this is a pivotal moment for you.
Big time.
Because I felt like, not everybody gets to perform in front of people that they are, like, they look up to, and so to speak. But it's not even looking up, because in this moment, you guys are seeing eye to eye.
Yeah.
Talk about what that means to you and how it really feels to be able to be like, hey, man, I'm cool with people that are on the radio. I'm cool with people that are about something bigger than themselves.
Well, this one was crazy. So,
and I killed the performance.
Yeah, this was not planned at all. This was, we're in the front row of Concrete and Duno's show at Flappers in Burbank, and they were just, they had already done their sets. They were doing their live podcast, and they were just, talking to the crowd. You know how it is when you're in the front row of a comedy show. Like, you're gonna get fucked with.
Yep. You're gonna be the ass of somebody's joke.
You're gonna be roasted to smithereens. And so Concrete was just basically like asking us, like, it was me, my boy Caesar from the Let You Tell It podcast, my boy Richie from Valley Unified, his clothing brand. So it was us three up there, they're like, how do you guys know each other? And I was like, oh, I make music. He has a brand. He has a podcast. And Concrete was like, oh, you have a podcast? Nobody's ever heard of it. Just roasting.
It
We're like,
happens.
And then he's like, wait, you make music? I was like, yeah, I make music. I told him I had opened up for him before in San Fernando. He did a show.
Mhm.
So I opened up for him there. And he's like, oh, word? All right, come do a song right now. I ain't had the mask with me. I came in. This was Aaron. This was not Alma. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna say no to that. Opportunity comes knocking, I'm gonna answer that fucking door. So I went up on stage. They let me do my song. They're fucking around, dancing in the background. But I noticed at one point in the video, like Concrete looks at Duno. He's like, hey, this is hard.
This is
like,
hard, yeah.
So that right there means a lot to me, considering Duno, Concrete, part of Brown Bag podcast and radio show, and I've been watching their content for years, so just to know that like they know who I am, and they're familiar with my music and my name now, so yeah,
No,
that definitely meant a lot, and that was a good experience for me for sure, like getting on that stage in front of those people.
that's a dope moment,
Yeah.
and a lot of people take these moments for granted. But talk about real quickly how important it is to stay prepared. So when moments come like this,
Yeah.
you're ready.
Yeah, you stay ready, you never have to get ready,
Mhm.
like whenever I perform, people ask like, "Oh, do you still get nervous?" I'm like, "Nah, it's just another day in the office." Like, I just treat it like that. Like, I do this,
Mhm.
like this is something I've been doing since I was 15, 16 years old. Like, this is not new to me at all. Yeah, maybe if I'm doing a new song, I might get a little nervous. I might fuck up a couple lines, but
They don't know that.
they don't know that.
They don't know
Yeah,
that.
you don't know. Okay, all right, we'll get back to it. But for the most part, like, nah, man, I do this. Like, this is not something I do once in a while.
Mhm.
We do shows fucking almost every week sometimes. Like, there's parts of the year where it's boom, fucking Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We might take a Sunday off. We might have a weird Wednesday show. Like, you know, we're always ready. We're always ready to perform.
Mhm.
And that's what this was, man. Just being prepared.
And just a little side shout out. Shout out to Pops. Because when I had him sitting across from me, I had his moment where he performed for the first time. And he was like, man, I messed up the words and I was trying to, tell the DJ to spin it back. And he was like, they don't know the words.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
I've had to learn that as well. Like, hey, these people don't know the words. They're here to see your energy more than
Yes.
anything. Like, yeah, all right, if you fuck up enough words, people will notice.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get in your head of like, oh man, I'm really messing this up.
Mhm.
But you mess up a couple words, you recover, you get back on it, keep the energy up, the crowd will love it.
Mhm. And they
Mhm.
definitely did because I got to watch this
Yeah.
and it was dope as hell. Like a lot of people don't understand what proper preparation could lead to,
Yeah.
and that's that moment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this moment right here.
Shout out
How
Ruggo.
did it all come about? How did the Swift Records entity come into
Yeah.
your life, and what do you see for the future?
Definitely. Me and Ruggo been tapped in for a cool minute now. Like, we met each other just like the rest of us meet, just at shows. We keep seeing each other around and stuff. I respect his music. I respect his craft. I love his music. I have a 818 playlist that I update every so often. So Ruggo's a big part of that. And we just tapped in with each other, man. Him and Pops hit me like, I think it was more so them seeing me perform.
Mhm.
That they were like, hey, yo, there's something there for sure.
Mhm.
Seeing me in studio sessions, when we get in those studio sessions where it's like 30 motherfuckers in there,
Mhm.
I'm strong arming my way into that
You
booth.
have to, and based on the background you come from,
Yeah.
like let's just take wrestling and add this to it.
Yeah,
You come in there to be a showstopper, right?
absolutely.
So that's exactly what's expected of you every time you get in there, no matter the
Absolutely.
numbers or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So how much of your personality, the wrestler side, comes out to where you got to bogard your way through
I'm
things?
talking my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the studio session. I'm like, like it's just the confidence, man. Like, you gotta grow up with it. I mean, some people find it later, but like, I grew up as big as I am. You gotta be confident in yourself. To know that like, I can do whatever I want, regardless of my size, and like none of that. So, yeah, when I get in these sessions, I'm in there like, nah, fuck that. I'm going next. You can wait. You can get the next beat. I got this one. And then it's like 5 beats in a row that I've got on. Everyone's like, what's this guy doing? Like, why is he hogging
He's
the
doing what he's
booth?
supposed
I'm
to
doing what I'm
be.
supposed to do. Like, it
Yeah.
gets like that in these studio sessions. I end up on these tracks with these people that I wouldn't have otherwise, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I think sometimes people, because of the food stuff, like it does so well on Instagram and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I think people forget, like, I make music. Like, that's what I do first. First and
Mm-hmm.
foremost, I'm an artist. I'm a rapper. That's what got me here.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I gotta show them, bro. And
Oh.
then I think, Ruggo and Pop seeing that, they're like, okay, let's work with him. Sent me a beat, killed that shit. We got in a session. We got in what, a couple sessions where it was just beat after beat. I was just writing. Let me write the hook real quick. All right, let me go lay it down. Come out. 10 minutes later, I got a verse. All right, let's go back in the booth, record it. All right, y'all can have the rest.
What type of work ethic do you enjoy working with, and what type of work ethic can't you not stand?
Um, I don't know. What do you mean by that? Like,
So when you're in a studio session with an artist or even just a producer,
yeah,
are you a person that needs to be pushed, or are you the person that's pushing
I'm
everything?
pushing
Okay.
everything.
Because some
Yeah,
people, sometimes you get into a studio session and
I'm pushing. I'm
the
literally like,
engineer producers,
yeah.
like, they're cranking out the energy that you're feeding off of.
Nah, we're creating that energy. Me and Ruggo, we were in a session. Clover was there too. I was in there like, nah, you got to do it like this. Ruggo was like, fix it like this. We're over there telling everyone how to write their verses and like, all right, take this out. He was definitely Ruggo and Pops were definitely helping me out big time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just like sometimes you got to be coachable.
Out, you stole the next one out
Yeah,
already.
yeah. You got to be coachable like in a lot of these sessions because if you're working on a producer's beat, they have a vision for what it's supposed to sound like. Obviously, as an artist, you have a vision of what you want it to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just gotta meet in the middle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I bring the energy, bro. Like when I get into these sessions, I'm ready to work. I'm not there to bullshit. I'm not there to hang out. I'm not there. I don't smoke. I barely drink. Like when I drink, I drink. But
Oh yeah.
in the sessions,
Oh yeah.
I'm not drinking. Like I'm there to work. I came here for a fucking reason. I came here. Let's make some music. That's what we're here for. Like we could go
Mm-hmm.
hang out another time. You want to go
Well,
out to eat?
that's
You want
not
to go
what we're
kick
here
it?
for.
Yeah, let's go kick it. Fuck it. Like let's do that on another day. But today, this 12-hour session,
Mm-hmm.
we're working. That's what I'm there for.
I'll definitely be there, on the 10th for the next
Yeah.
long session.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of content with a lot of the artists and stuff because everybody has a story that can help the next person's.
Definitely.
And the main objective of this entire I don't even want to say show, this entire being, is to get people to stop suffering in silence and stop hiding their hurt so they can heal from it.
Yeah.
And actually get them out of their own shadow and into the light that they should be so they can persevere over the things and get to what matters to them the most.
Definitely.
So
Shout out Ruggo and shout out Pops. We got some shit coming.
big shout out. Big shout out. Because again, I'm very grateful and thankful for, the moment that I shared with them because it's continuously going.
Definitely.
And again, everyone that's a part of this family is family. So I really mean that. Really mean that. Now, boom.
Nature Boys.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, I knew that was going to bring that out of him. That's why I saved it for last. Talk about it, man, because I think this was a moment that people weren't ready for.
Yeah, well, we weren't ready for it either.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought so too. Talk about the work that it took to making this creation a actual living thing.
Man, so shout out to my brother Big Kearns.
Mm-hmm.
Big Kearns on the IG. Find me. That's what it's his saying right there.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I is another guy that I met out at these shows, and we really connected. Not just on the music stuff, because that's a given when you're at these shows. You're gonna connect on that, but really on the wrestling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's another guy who we know our shit. We grew up watching it. We still watch it to this day. So I think him and I really connected on that, and just doing all these shows that I've done with him, our bond got stronger, and it was like, all right, well, why haven't we done music together?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like you meet people with music and you guys are cool and you're friends, whatever. You see each other at shows, but you don't necessarily work on music together.
Right.
For him and I, it was just like, why haven't we? Like we should have been done like 5 projects by now. There's a lot of lagging there. You know, different schedules. He was working on his
Life
music.
is spinning in different directions for each person.
I'm working on my projects. He's working on his projects. But finally, we're like, hey, let's cut the bullshit. Let's sit down. Let's find these beats. Let's write these songs together.
Mm-hmm.
I write very fast.
Okay.
When I find a beat that I really like, 15 minutes.
Mm.
You know, and then obviously I'll go back and edit some things, but like the initial like flow that it comes out, 15, 20 minutes stops. You know, he really likes to like sit down and really like dissect every lyric. Then like, how can I make this better? So coming together, I think we made each other better. Like he slowed me,
Iron sharpening iron.
not slowed me down in the sense of like, oh fuck, like you're pulling me back, but slow me down in the sense of being more intentional of what I'm writing. And then for him, I'm like, nah, we gotta speed this up. Let's go. So I think I think we, like you said, iron sharpening iron. And we were supposed to put this out in October. That obviously didn't work out. There's some sample issues that we still need to figure out. But we are still hoping to drop that early 2026.
Okay.
There's only one feature on the no, there's 2 features. 2 features on the project. There's Clover on the hook of one of the tracks. And then shout out my boy Smooth the Wolf. He got a verse on the project. But I think this is, like I said, Nature Boys, for those that don't know, that's not just Ric Flair,
right?
But that's Buddy Rogers. That's an
Thank you.
even deeper cut.
Further back.
Before
Do
you
your
get Ric
homework.
Flair, you got Buddy Rogers. So I think that's what we wanted to go for. Ric Flair and Buddy Rogers were both known as like these flashy guys, you know, the Rolex wearing, limousine riding, jet flying.
Don't get me started, because you're going to have me here just doing the step.
Yeah, start strutting.
Man. Right? Yeah, that was one of the ones.
he was a flashy guy, but in the ring, he was one of the most technical wrestlers.
Absolutely.
He will break you down. He'll put you in submissions. He'll really bring that emotion out of you. And I think that's what Nature Boys represents. Yeah, we're flashy. I got the mask on. We got gold. Kern's got the chains. He got the jewelry and stuff. But when you hear our music, it's going to be technical. You're going to hear syllables. You're going to hear, like, you know, punchlines, all that. So I think that's what we really wanted to embody on this project. And I think we did it.
Now you alluded to something earlier as well, and it's really important for a lot of people to understand that even though you feel like you are your own master, it is still good to be a student as you come up, because that adds to your versatility, that adds to your knowledge, that adds to what you can actually share with other people. So talk about how important it is for you to work with individuals and obtain more knowledge from them and pass on to others.
I think that's like the most important thing is like, you're not learning from the people that you're around. Like, you know, what are you doing? How are you getting better? You know, that's the main goal is I want to be great. I want to be the best that I can be. And the way to do that is to learn from others. Like, you're not always going to have all the answers. You know, like sometimes you have to ask questions and gain that knowledge. Like working with Ruggo's younger than me, but I don't have too much pride to ask for help or ask questions. Like, how do you do certain thing? Miss Clover has a talent that I couldn't even imagine ever having. You know, she's an amazing vocalist, amazing singer, amazing songwriter. And sometimes I'm going to need help from her as well. Like, how do you do this? How are you able to maneuver this way? You know? So it really is just asking questions, not being afraid to take the help, not being too prideful to take the help, and just being able to really put all those things together. It's all a puzzle. You just put in different pieces and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. You know, what works for Ruggo and Miss Clover might not work for Alma, might not work for Kearns, might not work for Smooth. You know, like we're just all trying to figure it out. But we have that support system. We're trying to make it together.
No, yeah,
we're not trying.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you.
We're making it together.
You're gonna learn today. Trying is a state of the mind. Doing is a state of action. Keep doing.
Right. You're right. You're right.
And also, you said something else. Age does not determine maturity. Maturity is determined by experience in life. So, again, each one can teach one.
Yeah.
You know, everyone comes from different cloths and different ways of living. So he may be experienced in level that you aren't because you haven't touched bases in that.
Yeah.
And I'm 1,000% sure you're experiencing a lot of bases that he hasn't or
Yeah.
she hasn't. So
Yeah.
that's what makes everything come together.
Definitely.
And never feeling one of the main things, never feeling bigger than the program. There's too many
Never.
people out here that just get into these moments and situations and they feel like they're bigger than the program, or they allow a moment to dictate the bigger picture when that moment comes and goes unless you can keep doing it.
Yeah. It's definitely like ego, like leave the ego at the door type of
Mhm.
thing. Like we're all here for a similar like goal,
Mhm.
you know? So when we get in these studio sessions where it's a bunch of us together, like no one should feel like they don't need to do certain things.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I've been doing this for so and so years. I know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing. Why are you here? You know? Like let's throw that out the window. Let's throw out almost everything that we've learned before we got here and let's try a new way of doing it.
You know what I call that? Let's leave the old sponge at home because it's already
Yeah.
soaked up enough.
Yeah.
Let's bring a new sponge into this new environment
I
and
like that.
soak up more new knowledge.
I love that.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because all this is just coming out of the heart, and so it's just like
Yeah.
I'm saying a lot of this stuff for the first time.
Yeah.
So like, and again, that's because when you're fully in purpose of your passion, it'll come out that way.
Big facts.
So we are at the positive period of the podcast. And what I enjoy asking every guest that sits across from me is, if you were speaking to your younger self or a person in a similar area of doubt, insecurity, or just lack of perseverance, what would you say to your younger self or that person to help them get over their trial and tribulation?
Get out of your head. Um, you know, the things that you think are like the most, I don't want to say the most important thing, but like getting stuck in your head and in your thoughts
Mhm.
is really detrimental to like progress, you know? So get out of your head, keep going, and it gets better. Like it really does.
Mhm.
Um, there's many times in my life where if it would have ended, then I wouldn't have been able to experience some amazing things.
Same.
Um, so yeah, man, just keep going, keep your head down, stay focused, and get out of your head.
Mhm. As my big bro would say, trust the process.
Trust the
Put
process.
in the work, and again, if you're not satisfied with the results you're getting, then maybe you should probably question the work that you're putting in. That's
Facts.
all it is. So if you're really giving 100%, then you just have to be satisfied and content with that. Give full intent, and that's what you get back. Like I always say, lead with love.
Yeah.
And regardless on if it does not get reciprocated, still lead with love.
Yeah.
The goal is not what we receive, the goal is what we give.
Yeah.
We're here to obtain more, to give more. And I always say, like, I'm a giver. So I'm only in this position to be given more, to give out more.
Yeah.
So, man, I can't thank you enough. I can't. We gonna watch some wrestling and all that
Yeah.
stuff, man, bro. But for the people who are falling in love with you, and everything, let them know where they can find you and your music
Yeah.
and how to just tap in.
For sure. You can find my music on all streaming platforms. Sin Alma, that's SIN space ALMA. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok at Sin Alma Music. Big back activities. We're working on more of those. Working on the EP, the My Life EP. That should be dropping soon. Nature Boys dropping soon. We got a lot of stuff for 2026, so it's gonna be a good year for sure.
That's a fact. So again, you guys definitely know there's different variations of my Express Yourself. So I have an Express Yourself Business Edition where I go to business places,
Yeah.
give if my content is a form of like a commercial,
Yeah.
here's your commercial for your business. Also going in the sense of studio edition, where I come to the studio into the the artist's element to get them to express themselves to the max.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get someone to talk about themselves in their own element. But also, we're gonna have to link for this. I do a food edition.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I've had a couple chefs sitting here. I had
Okay.
some great stuff going on. but continuously being grateful. And yeah, we got to definitely do an Express Yourself Food Edition, man.
We gotta do a Big Back Activities episode as
Hey,
well.
I'm with all that.
You gotta take me
And
to your
it's a-
favorite spot.
Okay, say less. Will
Either
you
a
just
spot
let
you grew up going to or a spot that you love right now.
go? Easy work. Easy work. Unfortunately, I grew up eating at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles when the original chef was my mom's best friend's dad. So the recipe has changed, but
You taste
I
it.
definitely got some spots like, Red's Flavor Table.
Okay.
I got some spots for you.
All
I got
right.
some spots, but man, we
Looking forward
definitely
to
gonna
it.
be we got a lot of activities going here, and I just can't thank Swift Records enough for the amazing talented individuals they have, but the incredible people that they have with them. Because yeah, people can fall in love with you as a profession, but the real connection is when they fall in love with the person that you are. And that's what this is all about. So you guys know who I am. You know what this is. But if you don't, this is Express Yourself. I'm your boy XPress, and like that, I'm going.
They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.